means expressing a confident me. So the new Galaxy A8 is the perfect fit for me.
A phone by a manufacturer you may have never even heard of is really looking to provide the best and the latest specifications possible, including a Snapdragon 820. It's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And this is the Late TV LayMax Pro. Before we get to the actual performance of this device, which you should know we aren't really able to give too many opinions on the Snapdragon 820 as of right now because we've only been able to use the phone for a little while. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we're going to go through all the specifications. The display is of a 6.33-inch size and comes in at Quad HD resolution. And underneath the chipset is 4 gigabytes of RAM and 32, 64, or 128 gigabytes of storage available. As far as connectivity goes, you have all of the usual types, but USB Type-C is what you're going to be using to charge the LayMax Pro. But ultimately, we still enjoy the pretty nice construction here that utilizes metal, and even if the screen is quite big, the bezels on the sides do make it so that it's actually not all that hard to use in one hand, though of course most of the time you are going to be using two hands to keep this thing secure. You do have all of the same buttons everywhere, pretty much everything that you would expect, and I already mentioned the fingerprint reader on the back that you're going to be using to unlock the device, and it does a really good job already. Now we can talk about the Snapdragon 820, which is the new iteration, the latest and greatest from Qualcomm. Now, the Snapdragon 820 is supposed to address some of the issues that the 810 and the 808 had while providing that boost in performance that we've been waiting for. Now, the 820 on here, of course, is going to be the first of its kind that we're seeing in the wild, but when we're going through the EUI on here, we do notice that it is really smooth. Now, the operating system does go through quite well throughout all of its elements. This one doesn't have an app drawer, so it's not really going to feel very familiar familiar to any Western users at least, and this is a thing that we already knew about in the Eastern phones, that there's no app drawer and the operating systems tend to be a little bit different, usually a little bit more bloaty than usual. But LDTV has been putting their own pedigree into this operating system by providing a way to get to their streaming services very quickly. The button that would otherwise be the app drawer takes you straight to the streaming services, and you can go ahead and start enjoying all of the content that they have on their services. But we did do a benchmark on here, and you can see it running right now. And what we found is that the Snapdragon 820 is definitely scoring very high in the benchmark scoring, and you can see it coming up right now. Of course, we're going to be reserving our thoughts on the Snapdragon 820 until we actually get our hands on a review unit and spend a lot more time with it. But as of right now, we are really excited to see the 820 in action, and LETV is the manufacturer that is giving us that first step. And even after some gaming with Need for Speed Most Wanted, I didn't find there to be any big problems with the performance on this phone thus far. Now, we are, again, really excited to see more from this. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for even more from LETV about the Lay Max Pro.